Hello, everybody. My wife is not a fan of contact sports. This might be surprising, but I am a professional rugby player, and I got married to my wife a couple months ago. And yeah, I remember her first time to my game. She had no clue what was going on, and she asked me, "Why do you play this sport? It is barbaric. Um, it is like a modern day gladiator sport, and yeah, she couldn't fathom why I play it and why people pay me to play it. But she loved me and we got married in August. So we've been talking about our future and for kids, our children, our future children, and the often battleground conversation is whether we want our kids to play rugby or not, to take after their steps of their father, myself, or take after their mother and hit the books and become nurse in the Navy. So my general purpose is to persuade the audience to allow their children to play rugby and contact sports. Um, the specific purpose is to show that rugby can be most beneficial for your children. The yeah. When children play the sport of rugby and other contact sports, they develop healthy habits. They develop social skills, equal opportunities, and also they learn to lose. yeah. Well, World Rugby, and I quote from Regulation 10, states the updated protocols for concussion injuries in adults and in children reads audits must wait 7 full days and be symptom free before the 5 day graduated return to rugby protocol. These are all people 18 and above. 18 and younger, which is the youth and the high school, must wait 2 full weeks, um, which is 14 days, and also be symptom free before beginning the 5 day graduated return to protocol. A lot of the counter arguments of rugby and having their kids play in contact sports is concussions. Oh, what if my kid gets a concussion? What about injuries? What about this? Um, this is quite a common argument, counter argument to rugby sports, rugby and contact sports. Um, little do they understand is the positives that come through playing a team sport and also a contact sport. So there are healthy habits. Physical conditioning is probably one of the best things that I have taken from my professional career of rugby. Having a strong body to absorb the contact level. This is all starting off, especially with kids, is push ups, sit ups, going for runs, staying proactive, and ultimately muscle development. Another one is mental strengthening. So when you have a strong mind, you can push yourself to limits you've never even thought of. And by no means becoming a professional rugby player is easy, but just being able to push yourself through training, being able to learn the plays, um, learning the rules of rugby, which is, pages and pages long. Also, getting through the tough parts of the matches, the games where games are coming down to the wire, and you need that mental strength to push yourself through these times. I have a quote from the Cleveland Cavaliers head coach. It's not about wins and losses, it's about wins and lessons. And remember, we all fail in life. It's what we do with failure that separates champions from the competition. A lot of children don't know how to lose. They've probably lived in a privileged household where they've been given so much throughout their lives that when something's taken from them, which is a loss, they don't take it the right way and they don't take it the proper way. But rugby, however, teaches kids to accept loss as a lesson, and accept it as an opportunity to get better, an opportunity to learn from your mistakes, an opportunity to bounce back from, you know, when times are tough, especially in children's lives where they're going through school, they have a F on a test, or they're failing reading. This is an opportunity for them to bounce back and show their own mental strength. So that's a massive part of rugby. Um, So a transition for another great part of rugby is social skills. So in rugby, there's 15 players on each side, and each player needs to communicate with another, with the people next to them to create a strong defense or a strong attacking platform to score points in rugby to win the game, which is the ultimate goal. And also, there's a position for every single person, whether you're short and fat, tall and fat, short and skinny, big and small. Every type of person, whether everyone has the rights to kick the ball, pass the ball, tackle, and run the ball. So there's a position for everybody, and everyone gets a equal opportunity to play the sport and to put themselves in the best position to win for their teammates. Another important lesson that rugby teaches is to always shake your opponent's hands after the game, and also shake the referee's hands. Um, yeah, these are major major parts of the rugby game for children to learn that will help them in throughout their lives, throughout their high school social life, throughout college, and getting through those tough finals, especially traveling over to work work after college. Just being able to commit to something and working with others and collaborating, building that camaraderie with their teammates or coworkers in the future to ultimately get the ultimate goal of finding happiness in this life. So I think when our children play um, rugby or contact sports, they aren't just looking at, oh, what's the worst that can happen. It's what's the best that can happen. So I'm here to persuade you that your children should play rugby on the grounds that they can improve in their own special lives, in their own self, and they can invest in themselves. Investing in themselves is, um, constantly working on their physical beings, which is healthy eating, healthy habits, which ultimately will lead to a longer life and longevity, and also the mental strength that comes with rugby, um, and the camaraderie, getting used to working with others and not working just for yourself, will create a longevity of your career, whichever your children's careers chooses as well. So all these attributes are increased tremendously, ultimately leading to the building of your children's self esteem and confidence. I think confidence lacks in a lot of children, especially this day and age, with instant gratification. So, through rugby, there is no instant gratification. You're not going to become the best player in the world overnight. It's a slow and gradual process, but once you get to do this process with your teammates and with others close around you and your loved ones and their support, you can ultimately reach those goals that you set one by one. Um, yeah. I strongly encourage you to not deprive your children of all these opportunities to build their best self in fear of them getting injured. Breaking down barriers with children all around the world and having them be a part of something bigger than themselves would be the best gift you can give to giving your kids the opportunity to allow themselves to express themselves on the rugby field or in any contact sport, um, as a team and collaborative uh, people.